is the long-time home of the San Marino Grand Prix. But its maiden Formula One World Championship event was the Italian Grand Prix in 1980, as Monza was undergoing upgrade work. Brabham's Nelson Piquet won the race, getting ahead of the Renaults that had locked out the front row and Alan Jones's fast-starting Williams. Ferrari's Gilles Villeneuve suffered a big crash at the corner that now bears his name. Piquet won again in 1981. Ferrari scored hugely popular home wins with Didier Pironi and Patrick Tambay in 1982 and 83. Pironi's success came at the expense of Villeneuve, who felt he'd reneged on team orders, with tragic consequences in Zolder next time out. Alain Prost scored the first of his 3 Imola wins for McLaren in 1984, also prevailing in 1986 and then for Williams in 1993. Elio De Angelis didn't lead a lap in 1985 and only won after Prost was disqualified for being underweight due to running out of petrol. Prost even got the winner's trophy on the podium. Nigel Mansell was a 2-time winner with Williams in 1987 and 92. Ayrton Senna triumphed 3 times here for McLaren, in 1988, in controversial fashion over Prost in 89, and 91. Riccardo Patrese scored an emphatic victory in 1990 for Williams. Imola hosted one of the darkest days in F1 history in 1994. In Friday's qualifying, Jordan's Rubens Barrichello suffered a horrendous accident, escaping with a sprained wrist and facial injuries. In Saturday's qualifying, Roland Ratzenberger was killed when his Simtek crashed at Villeneuve corner. In Sunday's race, there was a big start line crash, but worse was to follow. Senna suffered fatal injuries when his Williams crashed at Tamburello. Michael Schumacher won the restarted event, and Senna's death was announced later that day. The track was heavily modified ahead of the 1995 race, with chicanes added at Tamburello and Villeneuve. After the drivers stood in a moment of remembrance, Damon Hill triumphed in a wet-dry race after Schumacher crashed out. And Hill won again in 1996. Heinz-Harald Frentzen scored his maiden race win for Williams in 1997, beating Schumacher. David Coulthard dominated for McLaren in 1998. Schumacher scored Ferrari's first Imola win since the 1980s in 1999 and prevailed again a year later. Michael's brother Ralf Schumacher scored his maiden win for BMW Williams in 2001, which was also Michelin's first F1 victory in decades. Michael won 3 straight races from 2002 through 2004. Fernando Alonso drove brilliantly to hold off Schumacher at the end of the epic 2005 race. But Michael got his revenge on Alonso in 2006. His 7 wins here are unrivaled, with Senna and Prost tied on 3 apiece. In 2020, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, Imola returned to the F1 schedule under a new name, the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. It provided a thrilling race, won by Lewis Hamilton of Mercedes, the first F1 winner at Imola for 14 years. When Renault's Esteban Ocon stopped on track, Hamilton passed Valtteri Bottas and Max Verstappen by making a quicker pit stop under the virtual safety car. Verstappen passed Bottas after the Finn ran wide at Ravazza, but Verstappen's right rear tyre then blew, causing him to crash out. After a late restart, Hamilton beat Bottas in a sprint to the finish.